Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 6 of my Automate Everything series for modded Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I will be automating the production of HDPE sheets from the mod Mekanism, and I will be doing this using the mod Mekanism and Thermal Expansion. And this is going to be a completely set it and forget it style automation in which once we set it up, we won't have to worry about it. It will just do its thing. We won't have to give it anything from our ME system or anything. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at the recipe. So to make these HDPE sheets, we are going to be using the enrichment chamber. So we are going to need 3 HDPE pellets. So let's take a look at that. So we'll need some substrate, oxygen, and some liquid ethylene or flowing liquid ethylene. And to get all of the ethylene and the substrate, we need biofuel. And to get biofuel, we can do several things. We can put several things into the crusher to get biofuel. We are going to be using bread, and that's where our automation starts, is going to be with the bread. So the first thing I want to do is I want to lay down some of this universal cable to give some energy to our machines that I'm going to be using. And I actually had this carved out, but then I decided to move where I'm going to put all of this. So let's go ahead and run this energy cable right like so. So let's go ahead and put down the phytogenic isolator. And in this phytogenic isolator, we are going to we already have the upgrades that we need, except for the cyclic processing upgrade. This just basically means that when we put an item in here, it will, one of the outputs, if the output can come back into the machine, it will do that. And so wheat seeds will produce additional wheat seeds, and the wheat seeds will come back into the phytogenic isolator, and so it will circulate indefinitely as long as it has energy and water. So we need to give the system some water, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's make a little pool, and actually I'm going to make the pool, let's do it down here. So to do that, I need an infinite source of water, which I can do really easily like so, and then a pump. So let's go ahead and put the pump down. And I'm not, yeah, I kind of figured I was going to put that the wrong way there. So actually, if I do that, that works fantastically. I can just put some mechanical pipe here, and that'll give water to the phytogenic isolator. And as you can see, it is now working. So this should produce wheat, and occasionally it will produce extra wheat seeds. So what we're going to do with the phytogenic isolator here is we are going to tell this to output items to the right, where we are going to auto output those. And we are going to output those into a chest. And I'm going to output those into a chest because we are going to get wheat seeds occasionally. And to deal with those wheat seeds, I'm going to slap on an import bus here. So let's put that, say, right here. And we are going to tell it to only take wheat seeds out. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And now we can stick these wheat seeds back into the phytogenic isolator, and we'll hook this up to the ME system at a later time. So what we have to do now with the wheat is we need to make it into something else. We need to make it into bread. So let's grab some of this wheat here, and let's get the sequential fabricator. Let's throw in, one of these components, and this just is going to speed up this machine. I probably don't actually need to do this, but this is the recipe we're going to be using, so we just slap that in there and we hit the check mark. So what we're going to do now is we are going to tell this to automatically pull items from the left, and it should only be able to pull out the wheat, and we are going to tell it to output items to the right. Now those items will go into a crusher from the mod Mekanism. So let's put that crusher down there. And this crusher will make this into biomass, or actually I might be misstating there. Biofuel is what I should be making it into. 7 per bread. So what we're going to do is let's go ahead and upgrade that machine. So I have some upgrades here. So we have some energy upgrades, we have some muffling upgrades, and some speed upgrades for my Mekanism machine. So let's first off start out with some muffling upgrades just to shut this thing up. And what we're going to be doing with this biofuel here is we are going to send it to a pressurized reaction chamber. So let's put the reaction chamber right here, and let's tell it to input items from the left, and we actually need to, I think, tell this to output items to the right. and we have to have the auto ejection on. So what we need for this, let me take a look real fast. This is the first reaction chamber. So we're going to need water and hydrogen. And so for the water, that's going to be pretty simple. We can take our universal mechanical pipe here, and we can just grab this and flow it on across like so. So cool, now we have water in the top, and now we need hydrogen from the back. So what we're gonna have to do now is we're going to have to make hydrogen, and we can do that through the use of the electrolytic separator. So let's put the electrolytic separator, say right here, but first I actually want to put down the universal cable to give it power, and electrolytic separator. And let's see here. So what we're going to need is water in through the top, so that's going to be really easy. We can just do that like so. And for the outputs, we're going to need the oxygen to come out the right and the hydrogen to come out the face. So I think it'll be gases. Let's set all of these to gray first. So we need, let's actually go back. So the blue tank is the hydrogen. So we need the blue to come out the face here. Okay, so that worked. So we're getting hydrogen in here, and that is going to make this substrate. So on the right side of the gases, we need the light blue output, which is output number 2, and that will output the oxygen. So what we're going to do here is we are actually going to change this setting right here to dump excess, because once in a while I might get an imbalance of how much hydrogen and oxygen I'm needing from this electrolytic separator. So what we need right now is just one pressurized tube to carry that oxygen, and yep, it is in the ultimate pressurized tube there. So we need to put down this second reaction chamber right here, and let's do that like now. And what we need to do here is we need to set up the output of the item actually to be auto on, and that should output that here. And now we need to tell this machine to be able to accept the oxygen from the back, and that'll be a gas. So we need input. Okay, so why is that not coming in here? I wonder if it's just going into the wrong tank. So what I'm going to do right now with this is I'm going to tell it to not eject the gases for right now. And is there a way to dump this? I thought there was a way to dump this. Maybe there's not. So let me grab this back and let me see if it dumps. It does not. So what I might need to do is grab a new reaction chamber. And I'm going to do that real fast, and then I will be right back. Okay, so my problem wasn't actually with the reaction chamber. It was with my usage of ethylene. I actually need to use a rotary condensator to do something with that ethylene. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's put this rotary condensator, let's say right here, and it should take that ethylene and make it into liquid ethylene, which is actually what I need here. So I do need to hook this up to power, so let's go ahead and do that right now, and I should be able to do that like so. So that is fantastic. And now I actually need to get the substrate, and yeah, I need to get the substrate over to the reaction chamber, which will be right here. So let's go ahead and throw this reaction chamber down, and let's once again throw this universal cable down so we can power this. So now we actually need the oxygen in here. Let's go ahead and tell this to not accept things from the back, because we don't want that to actually be connected back here. And so let's grab our pressurized cable. Okay, so that should give us oxygen and ethylene. We just need to get the substrate over. So let's grab a torch, put a torch there, and we actually need where is it? This right here. And shoot, I don't have a configurator with me, which might be a problem here. So let's tell this to eject the items out of the front face. And let's see, did that? Okay, that works. And the rotary condensator can't accept those items anyway, so this connection actually shouldn't be a problem. So cool. So this should be able to make the HDPE pellets, and the last step here is we need an enrichment chamber to put right here. But first, actually, let's put a universal cable down. And this should be able to make our HDPE sheets as long as we are able to accept items from the left side. And we need to have this auto output. And now we should be able to get some of our items here. Now this right here is going to be the final stop for everything. And let's grab everything out of here if we can. And what we're going to do is we are going to tell this to output all of those items to this modular storage unit right here. This is completely optional. I just do this because it holds 300 stacks of stuff, which is a lot of stuff. So basically, it's just a big chest. You can use any chest you want. And there we go, HDPE sheets. We will not have to feed this system anything other than energy, and it will run and run and run. So the last thing I want to do is I actually want to hook this up to my ME system through the use of this storage bus right here. So let me see, where's my import bus? Right there. So let's put my storage bus right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it to hold only the HDPE sheets. I'm going to give it a negative priority. Therefore, my ME system, once I connect it, will not put anything into this storage here. So let's go ahead and connect it to my ME system, and that should be fairly simple here. I'm going to have to do a little digging apparently to do that, but that's okay. And we can just connect. Actually, let's connect this from the bottom just to make it look a little bit cleaner here. And then this system is pretty much built. So once again, negative priority. Tell it to hold only what it has in it already. And there we go. Let's also connect this import bus up, because we will get some seeds in the system. If we don't do anything with those seeds, they will become a problem, and they will eventually shut the system down. So that's why I have this import bus here. Let's go ahead and connect this up to the ME system like so. I know this is a little sloppy on the back side, but that's okay. I'm not going to be down here anyways, so whatever. So that right there is how you automatically produce the HDPE sheets automatically in a set it and forget it style. I will never have to do anything with this system other than provide it energy, and it will provide me with HDPE sheets. The system will stop once I have 300 stacks of the HDPE sheets, because this modular storage unit will become full. That's completely fine with me. 300 stacks of the HDPE sheets should be more than enough to craft anything that I should desire in the future. So, if you feel like you learned something today, feel free to drop a like down below. And if you like watching automation type stuff in modded Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.